I wanted to lean on a recent experience, but on SOPs, while SOPs tell us what to do, or rather the how to do, I think we need to step back, and that's the question you're asking, where does all of this fail? And we have to keep in mind why the SOP was created. And therefore, we have to look at what fails. And I think what fails is trust. The organizers of this event, they set up a very nice document and they talked about 4 imperatives that are driving this conversation today. They talked about increasing competition, they talked about just more complexity in the system, they talked about demand side for technology, etc. And therefore what that's telling is that the customer today, which could be a student or it could be a faculty member, is demanding. And the other part of the topic is what can we learn from industry that academic institutions need to implement. And for that I'll say absolutely, we need to learn what we teach. We teach customer journey maps. I think when we're talking about SOPs, when we're talking about what can fail, we need to design those customer journey maps. We need to define what are the anxiety points. You look at industry, an airline industry will decide around the anxiety points of its customers, so delays, hassles in booking. That's how they define their processes, that's how they define what can go wrong. They design for overload. What are the peak points in the cycle where the system could break? And we need to know that. For our students, and again, yes, it's not best practice, it's best fit in our context. What is going to make sense? What will be these pain points, these anxiety points for our customers? If it's faculty, then examination times, correcting papers, assessments, providing feedback. Because as administrators, we ask them to do this. We define SOPs around it, that look, you have to deliver the answer, the corrected mark sheets within a stipulated time. But are we understanding the pain points? And that's true, putting all stakeholders in the room and designing for it. So borrowing something from HR theory, we talk about psychological contract. And that is really those unsaid, unstated expectations of fairness, of respect for time, of the right thing will be done. And they are different from the stated policies, SOPs. What I'd really like to say, I think where things go wrong is when that trust gets broken, when that psychological contract gets breached, when silence happens, a student that's looking for an answer for a certain query they've raised, and it's days before a response comes, I think that silence is killing. It's killing in relationships, it's absolutely killing in that organization-student, institution-student relationship. Fragmentation, when we make them run from one department to the other, it's not different departments for them, it's just, you don't care about me. They go from program office to placement cell to XYZ departments and they don't get an answer, that's a problem. So I'd really like to say that we need to use what we teach, we need to design using customer journey maps, we need to keep the psychological contract upfront and understand that there is an unstated commitment, expectation, and we need to meet that, and we need to start seeing them as customers. Because yes, they do have choices, the competition is getting tough, and the complexity is only increasing.